Look, you can even paint with this mug. You can just put your hand on it and voila. You get like, if I put my finger there, it becomes, look at that. Well, what? You couldn't get a mug that could do that otherwise. Amazing, isn't it? Anyway, hello and welcome to another Jurassic World Evolution video, where we're today, or again another video, we're going to be talking about the Pteranodons and everything you need to know about the Pteranodons in-game in Jurassic World Evolution. Because, like I said in the last video, if you haven't seen the compies, go check that out. Maybe things at the top right, you can click on that. I was not allowed to record anything outside Mission 1. However, Sandbox, Challenge Mode, anything you wanted, it was there. And we could do Mission 6, which actually made us make the Pteranodons. So we're going to cover everything you need to know. So first off, how do you get Pteranodons? Well, first you have to research them like you do any other dinosaur. And then you have to research the aviary. And the aviary is this ginormous building. You've seen it. I would assume you've seen it. And you plonk it down and it takes a long time to be made. And I mean a long time. Probably on par with like the Innovation Center or something, because all the scaffolding has to go around little by little. The aviary actually, it acts as its own like viewing center, dinosaur hatchery, and enclosure all in one. So you don't make the Pteranodons in a hatchery and then transport them. You make them right there and there in the aviary. And this brings me on to a question that actually wasn't with the compies. How many Pteranodons can you make? Now, when I played Mission 6, which is when we could make the Pteranodons, there was only one type, and that was the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon, which you've of course seen. And they have slots. You know, with hatcheries, you got 1 egg, 2 egg, 3 egg, 4 egg, 5 egg. Imagine that the aviary is the same, except for instead of the eggs, it's capacity spaces for the Pteranodons. And Pteranodons act like any other normal dinosaur. From what I know, you can't change the skins. But once it's made, you get a little animation of it flying out into the aviary, and that's it. Your Pteranodon just does its regular thing. You don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about anything. It just stays there, I'm assuming, until it dies. I couldn't edit the genome, or at least I tried to. And it was literally just get 100. To get the best rating Pteranodon, just get 100% genome. That's it. Because there's no point changing the aggressiveness or defensiveness, which we will get to into a second. But before we go anywhere else, let's talk about the aviary. So how does the aviary work? So you click on it, and there's a few different tabs. One of them is, of course, create the dinosaurs. Another tab is to view. Now, we speculated that at the bottom was where we'd be able to view the Pteranodons flying around in the enclosure. But Frontier listened. Whether they did or whether they had just had this planned already, you can click Q and E keys, or whatever it is on console, to switch viewing mode inside the aviary. And there's about 5 or 6 different angles that you can get inside the aviary, and they look amazing. There's a few when you're on the rocks, and you can of course turn your camera. And there's also a view inside the birdcage area. You know what I mean? Like the walkway that from Jurassic Park 3, Alan Grant and Billy were running around in. You can get like a good shot, and there's a Pteranodon that I think has a spot where it lands just outside. Disappointing you can describe my feelings a little bit, just because I wanted so much more. From this. I wanted, and I'll actually get onto it. How do you dart? Well, you don't. But this is interesting. What happens if a Pteranodon escapes? Because Pteranodons can escape. Now, this happens only by 2 ways, and this is a tornado or a storm. Once said aviary is damaged, Pteranodons escape. Now, the question I hear you asking, what happens when one of these huge aerial reptiles get out and start flying about? Nothing. Nothing happens. I wish I was joking. They basically, they just fly off into the world, a bit like now, in a way, it's a bit of an Easter egg, because with Jurassic Park 3, when the Pteranodons, they escape, they just fly off, and that's it. So it's a bit of an Easter egg towards that, but at the same time, I do feel like they cut a corner there. They could have had you know, them being darted and transported back once the aviary's finished, and then maybe the top of the aviary could open up and the helicopter could just drop it like you saw with the raptor pen with the raptors, and then sod it. I would be happy even if there was no animation of the, you know, waking up and flying, if it just popped and it was back in there, just so it could keep on flying around and cause havoc, or maybe not even attack humans. But if it flew around and it was near a human and the human recognized that and was like, oh, I'm in danger, that's good enough. You don't have to, you know, make it pick up people, drop them, attack them, whatever. If it just flew around, I would be happy. But I think from what I gathered, they just fly off. They fly off off the island and off they go. So that is a bit of a shame. It did seem that there was going to be different skins and species. So there will probably be Dimorphodon. There will probably be the Jurassic World Pteranodon skin eventually. Maybe that'll be a separate DLC pack. I'm really not too sure. But as far as Pteranodons go, that's pretty much it. It is a bird cage. It's a bird cage. Of course, I hope that's the achievement. I really do. And that is pretty much all you need to know on the aviary and the Pteranodons respectively. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As you can see, my tea is visibly getting colder. In fact, that's probably what I've drank. But in the next video, we will talk about all of the things that I couldn't talk about, like skins, for instance, that I couldn't talk about when we did Mission 1. And let me tell you, there are a lot of skins in this. So yeah, stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and until next time, go in the link in the description. Get prepared. Bookmark the page for the website of this merch, because once it's only 250 of these hoodies. Shameless plug. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, leave a like. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.